Welcome, dolls, to another episode of For the Dolls podcast with your host, Jondadoll. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. So, guys, we're doing a Q&A. Bill, 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 bill. So, yeah, I posted and you guys have questions, so we're just here to answer. And behind the scenes, we have the bestie. Bestie asking the questions and on the face at the Key Degree Makeup. Hello. Call the doll for 20% off. Don't ever forget it. I'm going to say every video. So now we're just gonna get into the first question once she's done smacking.
Oopsies.
Yeah, I'm excited to do this Q&A. I might do like an update at the end of what I want going forward or like some things I have in mind. If not, I'm just gonna save that for the next video. And yeah.
All
So
right,
getting into the first question.
let's get into it. So we have.
By the way, I don't know what order we're asking these questions. I just sent her the screenshots. I don't know what questions we're actually asking, what we're not, but yeah, get into it.
All right. So we have Lino.27V asking, who's your favorite character from Star and how you feel about them canceling the show?
I love Star. If you know me, baby, I love Star. The soundtrack is amazing. All the seasons amazing. My favorite character, no Tino shit. It has to be Star. Like she was just a it girl, bitch. It was her show. I did love me some Alex. So I love me all of them. But Star was just that bitch, and like when she walked in the room, bitch, she stood on business every motherfucking time. And I'm very upset they canceled the show, bitch. I'm still waiting for the movie. It's been like 7 years, bitch. I'm still listening to the soundtrack. I need the movie to close it out. And the way they closed it out was so cruel, babe. They left us with the wedding, and the wedding getting shot up, and then and the star. I don't appreciate that. Don't appreciate that.
All right. We got it's Bree underscore dot X. Why don't you
Hey,
dance
Bookie.
anymore?
Okay. So I'm gonna
Starting
keep it
off
very,
strong.
very cutesy, very demure. I'm gonna be very mindful. To be honest, I just took a break. Like I took a break, and let's say I'm on a hiatus. Let's say like that. Adulting was adulting, babe. I had to take care of adult stuff, and I just had to, take a step back and not be involved in that at the moment. And I'm just on a hiatus. Do I see myself going back to dance where I was dancing or going back to dance in general? I'm not exactly sure. But somebody has, announced a little club thing at like X, and I'm like, maybe, but not right now. So in a long synopsis, just on a hiatus. Not dancing anymore for now.
Okay. Preserving your peace. All right.
Next.
TyMarie.xo. If you can go back and change things, what would it be and why?
If I could go back and change something, I don't really know because I don't really like to like live life with regrets. Like everything I've done, I feel like I do it again. But hmm, maybe like high school, like in a sense, because like I really just didn't care. Like I was just so over school, and I just was mentally like fully checked out. I didn't want to be in school. Like it was just such a drag. And then especially because of the way senior year ended, like I wish I got to enjoy the beginning of my senior year since COVID came during the end and like I didn't get prom. Oh, never mind. Scratch that. What I regret is what I wore for junior prom. I should have went off, but I didn't know I was gonna have a senior prom, y'all. Like I just was very cute, just black with like a little pink. Like no, I should have went off. I should have went off like I was trying to go for senior prom, and so that's what I regret. Forget about doing the better in school. I regret not stepping it on, throwing that shit on for prom. So yeah, that's what I would regret, and that's what I would change because I would have threw that shit on and ate everybody up.
Okay. Love that for you.
And into it.
Okay. From
Let
Ali
me get a sip.
Santos.
Okay, my cousin, my cousin.
What's one thing that you have never tried that you would like to?
Like, okay, so since she's not here to say, like, should I answer this like thing wise or like food wise, like drink wise? Like, should it be like an item, like an activity, like what I mean?
I'm gonna go with food.
Something I haven't tried that I want to try.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe lamb chops. Heard to be hyping them up, so let's see what it's about.
Okay.
Because the other stuff I don't eat, I don't think I'd eat. So we had to take a little no, but we're back. We are back and then full effect. So on to the next question, please.
All right. So from Nana, why did you choose the workforce instead of college or trade school after high school? And did you ever think of college or did you always know what the plan was after graduating?
Loaded question. Loaded question, but we're getting a little deeper. So I was already checked out of school, which is why I would say I didn't continue school. And like there was nothing straight out of high school that like I knew I wanted to do for the rest of my life that it was like it's worth going to school for. Like I didn't just want to go to school or like to have a degree to have a degree. Like I wanna if I'm gonna go to school it has to be something that I wanna do like that's worth me going into like debt for. So yeah, that's how I chose the workforce over going to school. And I
Okay.
did think about it, but like I said, there was just nothing like that specifically like stuck out to me to like, yeah, this is what school I would go to. You know what I mean? Like any trades, stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay. All right. So from yours truly dot Bree, what's your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is like not being successful. Like in like any aspect. Like, like I wanna be a good person. I wanna like have coin. I wanna have like a business, even if it's not like a huge big business, but it just be successful, like I would still be content. I just wanna be successful in life. That's my biggest fear is to not be successful.
Okay. By Lovely Steph 17. How and where do you find your inspiration?
Um Honestly, I feel like my inspiration behind like the podcast and like stuff is more so just my always love for like watching people on TV and like different people's personalities and like falling in love with like different people on like like Real Housewives or like different reality shows and like just seeing how they act and like who they are. Like it's just I gravitate towards them. That's why I did this because I know people would gravitate towards the doll. But yeah, I feel like my inspiration is through watching people on TV that I've seen throughout the years and like watching celebrities interviews and like different people's podcasts. Be Simone, a few of the girls. So yeah, like that's how I get my inspiration.
Okay. Right. By Kayla de Jesus. What's something you want to be remembered for?
Mm, Somebody that's always like genuine. Don't everybody's always known me for like being like a genuine ass person. Like I never did anything like to want something or like anything like that or like to count something back for somebody. Like just that I was a good genuine person.
Okay. Love that. A
Yeah,
good answer.
yeah, yeah.
She actually asked another question.
Let's
She
see,
said,
Kayla. Let's
"What are your
see.
top 3 goals in life?"
To be successful. Um, to buy my mom her dream apartment in Manhattan, and I don't know. I want to like have something like to leave behind, like some type of legacy, like something to be remembered by. Would be one of my goals, like to just have something that like people will remember, no matter like when I'm going. Like y'all gonna know, like there's John, that's the doll, like
Do
yeah.
you feel like this podcast could be that?
I feel like it has the potential. Just have to put the hard work in and keep working on it and getting different guests and different ideas and inspiration and gag the people. But I do have some different ideas that I want to do, short series, stuff like that. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for some announcements.
Okay. All right. By BLM.XO, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
I don't know where I could per se see myself in 5 years because everything changes like minute to minute, day by day. I'm gonna say where I would want to be in 5 years because I'm gonna speak it into existence. In 5 years, I'm gonna be 27. For the Dolls podcast will now be completing its fifth birthday, and it'll be bigger and better than ever. Gifted by KJ will also be bigger and better than ever because don't forget about Gifted by KJ, my other baby, on Instagram. Hello, it's right here. At For the Dolls podcast, right here. Both my babies. So my businesses are doing better. I'll be 27. I'll be financially stable. I want to own a home by then. And I want to be married. No tea, no shade. I want to be married. So, I want to be traveling. Like, I want to have to not have to work. Like, I want to make, like, income without having to, like, go to work, if that makes sense. Like, I want to have investments. I want to have, like, gifted by KJ, like, making us money like that. All the work. So, yeah. That's where I see myself in 5 years. That's what I'm speaking it into. And who knows? Maybe I'll have a baby.
Mm, a
But then I'll
baby.
be debating. I don't know, y'all. I love being
Child.
a gay theo. Like, it's just so fun being a gunko. Like, you give them back. They start crying. They poop the back. When they're mine, they're just mine. So, who knows what the world would take us.
Okay.
Next question is
Okay, so I have Venus MED. What's your biggest motivation moving forward?
my biggest motivation moving forward is like my biggest fear. Not be successful. So my biggest motivation is just to be successful. Like the only way to be motivated is to have something like going for it, and the only way for me to be successful is to keep going. So yeah, that would be my biggest motivation is to be successful.
Yours truly, Dot Bree. What's your relationship status?
Single and very much ready to mingle. So in a segment of day, just tell me and I'll be there.
And sunflowers.
Flowers, chocolate, yeah,
All of the above.
all of the above.
Okay.
Thank you. Another one.
From Hey Dot, it's Key. She just has the best questions. Ugh. How do you
She's talking
define
about herself in the
happiness?
third person.
How do you define happiness, and have you found it yet?
mm, Happiness is an emotion, I'd say. And I feel like happiness comes and goes, just like all the other emotions. Like you're bound to feel all of them, and you have to feel all of them. So I feel like yeah, I found happiness in times. Like I don't feel like I don't know. It's weird. Like I do feel happy. Like I'm happy. You know what I mean? But it's like an emotion. So
Hmm.
yeah, I say I found it.
Okay. Let's see.
What's the next question?
I don't know how to say your Instagram name. I'm not gonna lie. It's a great question though,
Let
so
me
I'm
see.
still gonna answer it. What's the
I
most
know what I
important
said.
thing you look for in a friend?
Someone who's genuine and authentically them. Like, and they don't act different in front of other people. Because if somebody treats you different around other people, you already know that's not your friend. Somebody who's truthful, that would be tied into genuine. So yeah, somebody who's genuine would be the biggest thing I look for in a friend.
Okay. From
Yeah.
Marielle Millie. What are some things you wish you learned before becoming an adult?
Um, that I thought I was gonna be this ghetto. They tell you, but they don't really tell you. Like they tell you, but I feel like they didn't tell you enough. I
Mm-hmm.
still didn't know that it was gonna be this hard out here. I would say how to actually like have a realistic budget. Like you know what I mean? Like actually like know how to like budget shit and have everything. Cause like math was bullshit. Sorry, you don't use nothing you learned in school with math unless you're like a plumber or like you do payroll. Besides that, how many other jobs do you do math?
Mm-hmm.
Science, but like besides that, yeah. Some other things I wish we learned before we became an adult about like leasing cars, like how all that works, and like the finance, like financing stuff, and like how insurance is a scam. I wish they warned us about those things. You
Mm-hmm.
know, that'd be it for real. I mean, there's probably other things, but they're just not coming to the head right now.
Okay. From Nana. What is an automatic deal breaker in friendships, relationships, and even with family? Or three different ones for
Hmm.
each category.
Three different ones for each category is a lot.
However you want to answer.
So a deal breaker for like each thing. A deal breaker for a relationship is a liar, like untrustworthy, especially. Like it's a deal breaker for friendships too, but like especially like a relationship. Like if I can't trust you and you're supposed to be like my partner and like we're supposed to be able to rely on each other, and I can't trust you. And like, it's not for me. And family just be such a like red flag already in itself that there's so many different things like I could list. So we're not even gonna get into it. We kind of got into it on the last episode. So actually we did. So if you didn't tune in to the last episode, Ying Yang, tune in. Yeah, for the DaDoll's podcast episode 4, I believe that was. Yeah. And then friendships. Somebody who only like calls you when they need something. Like somebody who doesn't actually like check on you and like, make sure you're good, like and wants to hang out with you. Like if you're always the one that has to reach out, that's also a red flag. Yeah.
You ate.
Next caller with that one.
From Ali Santos, if the world were to end tomorrow, who would you circle up with and spend the last night with?
Like if I could have everybody I would want, like child, I would have my closest circle of friends, like my closest family members, child, and we would just literally all be in a room. Just like doing literally everything and everything that we love. Anything and everything that we love to do, like to spend time with each other. Like if we knew the world was gonna end, but I would have everybody. My best friend, my closest friends, my closest cousins, my mom, like my niece, like my nephew, everybody. Everybody, we're all in there just doing everything we can to just enjoy our last moments. So yeah,
Okay.
I wouldn't say anything else.
Okay. She has one more question. When and where do you feel your best?
Like I feel my most confident when I look, to the T's. I would say
Okay. And where do you feel your best?
when I'm with people that like I love, like we're having a good time.
From Lino.27V, what kind of person do you want to be in the world?
Mm, I want to be somebody that's genuine, like authentic, caring, like I want to be somebody in the world that's genuine, like authentic. I'll never forget where I came from. Like if I was to make it big and like I give back to where I came from because I would never trade where I came from like for anything. Like as ghetto as it is, I would never trade it. Like it's what made me who I am, like my surrounding area. And yeah.
Okay.
Next.
He asks one more question. Who's your favorite artist and why?
So if you know me, you know I love music. Like I don't have a specific favorite artist. I just love music too much. Like I have different artists for different things. So I'm gonna name some of my favorite artists because I don't have like a top one. Like I don't know. I don't feel like there's just one person I could listen to forever.
You're in your room, home alone,
I
relaxing.
could blast anybody. It depends on my mood. That's my thing.
Okay. It's rainy outside and you're just feeling a little bit down. What do you put on to make yourself feel better?
But I could listen to like sad stuff and it don't make me sad. So like that's why I'm saying like it really depends. Like I could listen to Adele and I'm still like living my best life. You know what I mean? And some people be
Mm.
crying and like, baby, I'm just here for the music. I'm in tune with her. So I really don't know. If it's raining outside, what do I want to listen to? I probably put like it depends. I put vibes on. It's more verse artists. Like
Mm.
I just have like soft music and like very vibey music, like some Adele, some Summer, some Janae, some Mariah, some of like the oldies, like just the classics music, like the early '90s, early 2000s, late '90s. So yeah, I don't have like
Okay.
a specific artist. I just have like too big of a selection of music that I like to pick a specific artist.
Mm.
All right.
What's the toughest decision you ever had to make?
Mm, the toughest decision I feel like I've had to make thus far is cutting off things that were no longer like necessary for me and like that were holding me back, like different family members, different friendships, like just stepping back and realizing that those things were no longer bringing me peace and they were just disrupting my peace and they weren't fulfilling my growth. I feel like that was the hardest decision I've made. Is like realizing like these are things like I need to step back from in order to flourish.
Okay. If you could live in any era, which would it be?
So I know I'm from the 2000s, but like I wish I was older when I was born, if that makes sense. Like I wish I was like already like let's say late 90s, early 2000s. I wish I was already a teenager, like 19, 20. Like I was already getting turned with the music then, because like I get into that music now. So like if I was already then, like if I was older then already, like I was already born versus like me being born once the music had already came out, it would have been better for me because I would have been there too. I would say late 90s, early 2000s. I wish I was just already older versus like being born.
Okay.
That would be my era. I'm sorry. I love 2000s music. Anybody that knows me knows that. All my friends know that. And if you don't know, you're not my friend. Sorry.
There's a
Hmm.
dream guest
Hmm.
on your podcast. Pick three.
This one is hard. I seen this question and I just didn't know which way I wanted to go about it. Like, I didn't know if I wanted to be like more so realistic guest, you know what I mean? That like I can see like happening, or more so like celebrity guest that like I would love to have if it was to be able to happen. You know what I mean? So which way do you think I should go about it?
Celebrity.
Because maybe like celebrity, uh, Rihanna, my Pisces icon. Like hello, hello, my Pisces queen. I love me some Rihanna. Um, there's celebrities that I love. What else? I love so many celebrities. I'm just trying to think. I would love to have one of the Kardashians. I just love the Kardashians. Probably Chloe, because Chloe's my favorite Kardashian. Even though I be giving like Kim energy, you know. And I'm very much also like Chloe energy. Besides the working out, he lost me, but they all work out, so it really don't count. I would say probably Chloe Kardashian. Then I said, who's my first one?
Rihanna.
Rihanna, Chloe Kardashian. Hmm.
Somebody good. Somebody that'll make you nervous.
I just want to say, I feel like I'll be nervous with both of them. What do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I would love to have Cardi. Like I love me some Cardi.
For real?
I don't feel like I would be nervous though.
No.
No, like our personality is just like I wouldn't be nervous.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Rihanna would make me the most nervous, even though
Mm-hmm.
her personality is so lit in her interviews. But yeah, those
Okay.
will be my three.
Biggest ick. Something that makes you cringe.
Like and like just in general, or like specific with like a type of like relationship, like you know what I mean? Because if it's like in general, I hate hearing people eat it. That's so nasty. Like chew your food with your mouth closed. You're not a horse. That's what my mom, like my family members, just say. Like, tú eres un caballo. Like, are you a horse? Close your mouth. No, it's gross. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Or people that don't know how to eat. Like, if you eat, it's nuts.
Your biggest ick food wise. Like what's something that you look at like you're seeing someone else eat it and you're just like I can't. Like I would never.
If I was to see that I have experience, um, ew, mussels, like mussels, clams, that. No, that texture, like I just know that texture is. I'm a texture person. That's a no. Absolutely not. Like your face
You
behind the
never had a
camera is like
mussel before?
never in my life and never will I. I'm
Oh my god,
sorry.
they're so good.
Mm-mm. And they just look so nasty. That's a ick.
Lord. You missing out.
No, baby, I'm not missing a thing. I promise. I love the side that I'm on, and I'm not on that side.
Okay.
Sorry.
What would you say is your biggest downfall in yourself? Something you really want to work on?
Procrastination. That's always been one of my biggest downfalls. Like, don't get me wrong, I get it done. Like, I've always in school. Like, I was a procrastinator, but I always got it done when it right before it needed to get done though. Like, but that's always something I've needed to work on is like not procrastinating. Like, knowing that I need to have something done by a certain date and just doing it in advance. Where it's like, okay, now let me do it a few days before I rush it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Procrastination would be my biggest.
Okay. How do you deal with failure or setbacks?
I try to see how I could learn from it. Like what happened, like why did it fail? Like what do I have to fix for it not to fail? Because, excuse me. I feel like everything in life is like a lesson. So yeah, I just try to see like what's the problem and how can I fix it? Like,
Okay. Where did you grow up and did that affect who you became?
so I grew up in North Philly in Martin Yoga. Um, yeah, of course it affected where like the person I am. Like if you're born in Philly, of course it's gonna affect like where you're at. No matter, I mean, really, no matter where you're born, it should affect where you're from. Like Philly, being raised in Philly taught me to like be very aware of like where I'm at and like aware of like who's around because you never know what somebody's on, like what they're doing, what they're trying to do. You never know anybody's intentions. So I definitely feel like, and to be cautious, like with what you're doing, what you're saying, where you're at certain times. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that'll be that answer.
What's your favorite thing about adulthood?
My favorite thing about adulthood is just being able to do literally whatever you want. Like you're not don't have to ask for anybody's permission. You do as you please because you run yourself. That'd be my favorite thing about adulthood.
That word.
Because I love like being able to like just go as I please. You know what I mean?
If you could give a piece of advice to your younger self, what would you say?
Hmm. If I could give a piece of advice to my younger self, it would definitely be to just be me, like not care what anybody's gonna think and like suppress how I feel or how I want to dress or anything like that or who I want to be for what anybody's thoughts are gonna be or anybody's judgment. Like, and actually do what I want to do and like do what I want to do in the sense of have the dreams that I want to have and don't let anybody's like opinion like try to change it or make me feel like I can't do it because I can and I will. I just have to believe in myself. And I would also tell myself, throw that outfit on because you look good. Yeah, don't care what anybody's gonna think.
Period.
So that's the last question. And now I'm gonna pick from either the hot seat jar or the regular jar or both. So let's just see. Which jar should I pick from?
Hot seat. Start off strong. ASMR moment.
ASMR. Wait.
I'm actually going to sleep.
Love that. Not out of boredom, just because of the ASMR. Don't try that. Not her, y'all.
That part.
Have you ever had a friends with benefits situation? How did it end?
Yikes.
I would say not exactly to that certain degree, but something of the sort. And I don't know. I feel like it ended like in a situationship, if that makes sense. Like it didn't. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't great. It was an experience and it was a lesson. I'll say that. But yeah, I would say that's basically that answer. Like it's really not much more to that question for me personally. I'm not gonna get too in depth into that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to bring certain things light that don't need any light. Still a regular question just for fun. What movie has the best soundtrack? I'm gonna change this to show. Star. Bring Star back. Baby, I love all the Star songs. Like Man, I love Man. I Bring Me, Sugar, There For You, one of the best diss tracks I've ever seen on a show. I remember I was there for you bitches. Yeah. So yeah, guys, that's just gonna conclude this episode out. Honestly, I don't know. Should I give y'all an update on what I want moving forward?
Oh, can we have a moment?
What's the story behind the name of your podcast? What's the story behind the name of my podcast? So originally I wanted my podcast to be called Doll Talk because I've been made my Instagram name Jondadoll and like it's just like my character, my charisma, my uniqueness, my nerve, and my talent is the doll. So I wanted it to be doll talk, because it was the doll talking. But doll talk was actually already on YouTube, so I had to go brainstorm. And since my podcast is, for the dolls watching, for the dolls podcast. Yeah.
I
What
love
do you want to
that.
say? Let's take a moment to what?
Let's just take a moment to look at the face.
Oh, you see it? Do you love it? I know you love it. At the Key to Great Makeup, hello. Use code DaDoll for 20% off. DADO Yeah. Mm.
Love that.
So, guys, I'm just going to close this video out. And I just want to say I appreciate all of you for genuinely watching. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Again, send it to your granddaddy, your grandma, your aunts, your uncles, your sisters, your brothers, everybody. I don't care. Make sure you're tuned
Even
in
to
on
the
the
man that
social
got that
media.
baby mom.
Anybody. To the man that you're messing with that has a wife and a girlfriend, send it to them. Don't care. To the girl that you're messing with that has a boyfriend, send it to her.
No matching PJs for you this Christmas.
No. Tragic.
Sorry.
But if you're out there and you want to match PJs with me this Christmas, slide in my DM. At Jondadoll. Might as well throw that in there. But yeah, I'm just going to close this episode out. Make sure to stay tuned for the next episode. I do have a special guest coming. Gonna get to work with that episode. Make sure you're tuned in on the social medias at For the Dolls Podcast on TikTok, Instagram, at my Instagram at John the Doll, YouTube For the Dolls Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning back in and love you. The doll signing off.